exciting.
Right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome back, Jai. And today, a special guest. We're joined by Cosplay Chris. Welcome, man.
Hey guys.
How's it going?
Thank you for having me.
Anytime.
Thank you so much for coming on. We are super excited to talk all of the spoilers for Scream 7 with you.
Yeah, man. A
it's
lot
pretty
to
good
unpack,
movie.
good and bad.
Yeah, good. Yeah, definitely. As much as I enjoyed it, I could definitely recognize the flaws within the movie, which is
which I think is healthy.
There's a lot to talk about. Yeah, especially
Very much a lot.
like the cameos and like the return of specific characters and stuff like that. But I guess let's maybe get straight into it. So we'll talk about the reveal because I think that's what most people's problem with this movie was. And yeah, I'd like to get your opinion on it. I did watch your like spoiler review on it and your non-spoiler review on it, so I got a little gist of what your thoughts and feelings on that is. But yeah, just to go through that again maybe would be pretty cool.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, look, like, and my feelings are still the same. Like first and second act, I found a lot of enjoyment in those parts of the film. Like it definitely leans into nostalgia, and I think Kevin Williamson was fully aware of it. And the big overarching theme of this film was nostalgia. Like with Scream 5, I think it was like, the whole requel, reboot, direct sequel thing that, Mindy was touching on that with her speech in Scream 5, and this one is because we're in a day and age now where nostalgia is just like nostalgia sells, and we're getting like sequels to films that are like 30, 40, 50 years old, and like I'm hook, line, and sinker. Like, yes, of course, I'll be there. Like, there'll be Scream 12 and I'll be first in line. And I just and I just think so obviously, like, we're going into spoilers now.
Yeah, let's go for it. I think people have had enough time to see the movie. If you've not seen it yet, guys, go check it out and then come watch the replay for this. But yeah, we're gonna talk all the spoilers today.
Yeah, man. And then, the sequence that takes place in the hospital, in the mental institution, and then we see Marco. Then obviously we're introduced to Jessica for like a couple of scenes. Yes. And then at the end, I was just like, and I put a thing in from The Simpsons in my review. It's like, who are you and what are you doing here? I was just like, I don't care. And I said in my review as well, I was talking to a mate of mine who's in the States, Tristan, and he was like, dude, the Scream sandbox is huge. They could have gone for like so many other characters that have been more fleshed out instead of these people who we've spent like a couple of seconds with. So I just think the payoff was just like, it was like Scooby-Doo. It's like Old Man Smithers, and it's like the creepy guy from the amusement park.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense, especially with the lead up with all the promotional footage and stuff that we got. In one of the trailers they showed, or one of the teasers they showed, like the original photo of the original group in front of the water fountain at the school. And then when you watch the movie, it's a picture of Tori Spelling. It's like, where did that even come from? Like,
right, okay, look, there are a few things. A mate of mine, Daniel, who's in the States, he pointed out there was something on the fridge in the opening sequence, and he goes, "Did you spot that?" I'm like, I'm not very clue with that stuff. I was like, no, man, I did. Like, I'm gonna have to probably do a rewatch, much to my chagrin, but I don't know. I think because of the marketing as well. The marketing, it was just so hyped up, and I'm like the whole the billboards in LA, and it's Ghostface there, and it's like burn it all down. I'm like, oh, this feels like it's got the energy of like Halloween Kills. Like it's just going to be brutal and vicious, and it is. The kills are vicious in this film.
Very much.
Really like them. Like McKenna Grace's character, I think her name's Hannah. Yes. That as well, like, just it's a nice nod to Casey Becker, but also beautifully shot, that it has this kind of stunning aesthetic, even though her intestines are hanging out and she's swinging in the way it's backlit. So yeah, there is a lot of good in the film, and I think the opening sequence is great. I love how it leans into how obsessed we can be as fans, and like obviously this dude's obsessed with the Stab films, and they're at the Airbnb, and but I also like that it's self-aware because the real house is an Airbnb in real life.
Yeah.
But it's like partially a museum, and like where I'd be the same. Like if that was like 1428 Genesee Avenue, the Elm Street house just off Sunset Boulevard, if that was an Airbnb and they had like screen used Freddy props in there, I'd be there a couple of times a year staying there. Like I'd be obsessed. Like
Jimmy Tatro was so relatable in that scene because that would be all of us in that house, or even the Myers house. I know you got to visit that as well, like just the outside, and it's just so cool, and recreate pictures, and you just want the whole like shebang. If you go to a place like that, you want to get into things and kind of live it out. So Madison was kind of a buzzkill, but then she eventually came around to it. His girlfriend for that, but as well as the beginning as they're driving. I don't know if you've caught it the first time, but I also heard from some people that there was like a mention about a Stu lookalike at the Windsor College, and
yes, John Doe.
So yes, that was the beginning of the movie playing on the radio. Somebody had mentioned something like that, and then I had missed it unfortunately, but it's very interesting. They were really building up like to this Stu thing and him being the killer at the end, and obviously it was kind of obvious that it wasn't going to be him, but
and I said in my spoiler review when they alluded to the fact that John Doe, he's been there since the 90s, and the records of Stu's burial, body, everything had kind of gone missing. And then I was like, holy shit, like, are they actually going to do it where he is alive? And they're kind of leaning into what originally Scream 3 was going to be, where he's the puppet master from jail. And I'm like, wow, like this could be a thing. And then when Sydney has the first FaceTime call with him, and I'm like, oh my God. And then the kids are saying that doesn't look like AI. Look, there's proper shadowing there. It looks all in real time. And I'm like, oh my God. And then at the end, when she opens the boyfriend's laptop and he's fiddling around with that, I'm like, And then when they're led back to their house, to Sydney's house at the end, and there's Stu and there's Roman, there's Dewey, I'm like, and Mrs. Loomis, I'm like, now you're just pulling out all the stops. And it's like at the end of first Halloween where Laurie is in like the haunted house and like Annie's body is there, then who gets strangled with the phone cord, oh my God, what's her name
Linda.
Linda comes out and Bob comes out and they're all hanging there.
They're all there.
It's just like a haunted house, but it was like a haunted house of like sad nostalgia of like Kevin Williamson being like, remember these guys? So that's when I was like, oh God, because in the lead up, we all kind of heard murmurs that AI was going to be front and center in this. And I was like, but I'm kind of choosing not to believe it. I'm in a bit of denial. I'm like, maybe they will actually have the balls to say that Stu's alive. And I appreciate the fact that they scarred his face up. Like I like that bit of continuity instead of just Matthew Lillard, with a phone like that. It
just
was
normal.
Proper scarring. I'm like, okay, I'll give you that because you put some effort in with the aesthetic of it, of how he possibly could look today had he still be alive. And look, it's working for a lot of folks. The end, like they're happy with it, which is great. It went out on a whimper for me.
Yes, it was very underwhelming, and even more than the reveal and the motive for me, I feel like those cameos were the more disappointing part. I felt they could have done it better, like having phone calls throughout the movie with the different past killers. Even though they're dead, it's still messing with you, so Sydney's not really sure who the killer could possibly, if they're pulling out all of these stops and different killers. But it's also a perfect like segue that you're talking about Stu with his scarred up face and the first phone call. And then the other phone calls progressively he gets less scarred in the face, and they do feel kind of more AI. And so the question I think I want to get your opinion on is, could it possibly be Stu in that first phone call, and maybe they're saving him for Scream 8? He's pulling the strings in the background, maybe, or what's your take on that?
Yeah, I think that's it, man. I think that was their way of just going back to the well. And I'm unfortunately, I think, like, where they're gonna go with Scream 8, I have no idea. Like, I think that's it.
Yes.
That's their one and done of like acknowledging that Stu is a fan favorite, and there you go. Yeah.
That makes sense. I know. I also know that there's no like real leeway to it, but also like I thought maybe that first phone call could maybe be him, and just the way he was, like the surprise at Sydney, like the line, it doesn't really make sense. How would Marco know these things? And maybe it's in the Stab franchise or the movies, but there's a lot of things that I'd like to pick apart. But at the end of the day, it wouldn't really make sense to bring him back for 8, because I think this is the opportunity they had to do that, and they kind of dropped the ball with it. And it's we'll probably get a Scream 8 and a 9 and a 10. It depends on how well the box office goes, but
it's going pretty wild.
What are you kind of your
These movies print money, so it's a bit. That's why it's called show business, fellas. It's a business at the end of the day. So as long as those films are making money, they'll keep making them, regardless of the reception. And fans are important, but unfortunately money talks.
Yes. No, that's true. That is, at the end of the day, it's just business. Kind of. Is there a favorite kill that you had in this movie? Like anything specific?
Definitely Hannah's kill. Yeah, Hannah's kill is my favorite. What else? Like the spike through the chin.
The beer tub,
on the beer. That's when I was like, oh, that's like pretty like Terrifier-ish, like bordering on that kind of. But then the comedic element of the beer then coming out. I think just execution wise, Hannah's was just so good, because it looks so good. Like, it's beautiful. And like I said, even though it looks
amazing.
It looks amazing. But then also, like, her gizzards are hanging out, and you're like, oh, I don't know whether to be impressed or like disgusted or like, oh, it's beautiful, it's art.
Disgusted by it. And I like whole entrance of Ghostface coming through that stage door. That was just very intense scene as well. Something I feel like the other Scream movies were kind of lacking, maybe since Scream 3. Like the intensity of the movie and just keeping me at the edge of my seat, especially that house invasion scene. I thought that was really well done, and one of the best scenes that we've gotten from a Scream movie in the franchise in a while. And
absolutely.
It's kind of disappointing.
I think the crawl space scene was great when they go in, but like also like you go into a panic room. Correct me if I'm wrong. You stay in a panic room. You don't go out the back.
No. You're just saying tight. That makes sense. Surely there's a panic button and all those sorts of things.
Yeah, but I also love like the actor in the in the Ghostface costume, just the subtle like nuances of the movement, just when he stops and he hears in the crawl space, and then he gets the knife and then just goes absolutely ballistic. I think that was a nice bit of acting, whoever that was, whether it was a stuntman.
Probably.
And then like what's his name? Joel McHale, who plays Cindy's husband. The guy from Community. Mark. I was like, it was like Chad all over again. Chad should have died in Scream 6 after what happened to him. Like next to no one would survive that.
No.
And yet somehow, like Palpatine, Chad returned.
Dread returns. Yeah, I actually watched Scream 5 last night, and even those injuries that he sustained, I felt like that would have taken out myself or anybody else in that situation. So for him to survive that, Scream 6, and then just being brought back for 7 and kind of stabbed in the shoulder by I believe it's Celeste O'Connor's character, Chloe, and he's kind of down and out for the count. Like felt kind of a bit of a waste, and you can see those two characters were kind of shoehorned into this movie. Maybe, yeah. I don't think they were as utilized as I could have been or should have been, or yeah.
Yeah, I think because they're teamed up with Gale, it's like we have to acknowledge the events of New York in that world and those cast of characters, even though Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega are no longer a part of it. And I did not like the reintroduction of Gale when she hits the guy and gets out. And she's like, hey,
Scooby-Doo part.
Yeah. God, okay. It's just so convenient. The timing was very convenient.
I think it might have been the atmosphere that I was in, but some of the people in my theater actually applauded when that happened. So I thought, yeah, she's back. Let's go. And then I can see the Scooby-Doo isms in that situation. But yeah, I did get a kick out of it when she hit him with the car and she steps out, and it's like her big return, I guess.
Like our theater applauded too, and I was like, okay.
yeah. I think they got me pumped up for the situation, so yeah, I just joined along with them.
Yeah.
Peer pressure, I guess, right?
True. Yeah, pack mentality.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. Don't want to get weeded out.
Nah, no way.
Who do you think should have died? Oh, sorry,
yeah. You go. Sorry, Jai. No. Yeah, who do you think?
I was gonna say, who do you think should die, Gale or Dewey? Like in Scream 5.
Oh, I mean, when you really break it down of how Dewey died, he should have survived or been able to overpower Ghostface for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So, but Dewey's like before that, Dewey had come close to death so many times. In the first Scream, it breaks my heart, and it's kudos to David Arquette's subtle performance of when he steps out onto the porch and he collapses and he's like sitting, and you see his body like going into shock.
Yes.
And you think he's fine at first, and then he just like Sydney, and then like collapses, and like his nerves are all like he's fucked. And I was like, oh man, that like even to this day, I'm like, oh Dewey, shit.
Yeah.
And then obviously, with 5, it was more brutal. But then when you find out who killed him, you're like, how? Like,
yeah. Doesn't really make sense. Yes.
But again, look, we can dissect and go into the physics of it, but at the end of the day, these are like fun horror movies. So it's and that obviously was a decision that they made, and they're like, yep, we're just gonna stick with it. And then at the end with the reveal, Ghostface is gonna grow half a foot and pack on 20 more pounds.
Yeah. I think those are aspects as well that just added to people's belief that Stu would return for either 6 or the next installment or the next installment. Because there's a lot of clues I guess you could break down and look towards, but at the end of the day, it just comes down to who's in the actual suit when the action stuff's taking place. And I think maybe people like myself get too deep into it and feel like a glimmer of hope maybe that Stu could return. And but it totally makes sense that it doesn't make sense who killed a few people, especially Scream 6 as well in the apartment scene. I believe that must have been Quinn, as Bailey was with them in Central Park with Ethan. And and I also have a strong belief that Jessica Bowden might not have a kill in this movie. I don't think she had a kill throughout this. I might be wrong, but
okay. All right.
I have a strong feeling like if you take a look back, she might be involved in the bar scene. I'm not too sure, but I think she manipulated Marco like Jill manipulated Charlie to do all of the dirty work for her, and she can just kind of have that moment with Sydney. But Yeah, because she mentioned her son had to die. She didn't specifically say that she killed him, or so.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Look, that could be like, I think I'm reading too much into it, but it could be like Kevin Williamson's way of kind of paying homage to what could have been with Scream 3 of Jessica or Stu being the puppet master and Jessica's the puppet master.
Yes. Yeah. No, definitely. And for the longest time throughout our trailer breakdowns and stuff like that, we thought it was going to be Anna Cam's character as revealed to be a Ghostface, but we thought the character itself might be Leslie Marker, as a lot of people, I think, assumed that as well. I don't know how you felt about that. Maybe you had some thoughts that it could be a Leslie Marker or... Yeah, so Stu has a sister, and we know Vince was involved in Scream 5, and he was stabbed in the neck for a quick scene. Kyle Gallagher's character, very wasted in Scream 5, I feel like. But yeah, I felt like it was all boiling.
Oh, you frozen, man.
Oh,
Are you still there? All right. Oh, all right. Looks like we're back.
Oh, there you go.
Technology, right?
Yeah. Oh,
all
right.
right.
As we were saying before we went live.
Yes, yeah, always. But yeah, what did you kind of think the same thing, or did you not really think about the Leslie Marker stuff? Like, they wouldn't really do that.
No, yeah, I didn't really gravitate towards Leslie at all. Yeah, I actually, surprisingly didn't. I think at one point earlier on, way before the film came out, and we were like speculating, and I think also when Matthew, David, and oh god, what's the guy's name who plays Roman? Scott Foley. Yeah, when they're announced, I'm like, okay, well, could Stu's sister? It was like a fleeting thought. So, but then again, like my mate said, the sandbox was so big. I'm like, who else could someone be working in cahoots with Stu if hypothetically they went the route of he is alive? So I just did not expect it to be those people at the end. Yes. I'm like, okay, this is a bit of a stretch, but sure. And
no, it was like a very big.
But I also, it's funny.
Very, very big disappointment for that.
Now, when the reveal happens, the person who is Ghostface turns into Woody Woodpecker. They're just like, and they just go insane. And they're just so far removed as to how they were. Like, obviously, they're like playing it cool when they're not Ghostface, trying to not be suspect. And then when they reveal their grand plan for 10 minutes straight in front of Sydney or whoever, and it's just like that, you all go batshit insane. Like, you lose the plot as soon as that mask comes off.
Yeah, that is what I enjoyed about Matthew Lillard's performance as Stu during the first movie, because he does have that bit of insanity throughout with the jokes he's making and stuff like that. Like, he's going a bit over the top in his performance, and when it's revealed to be him at the end, he just cranks it to 10 and takes it from there, that makes more sense to me than especially this last reveal, where she was kind of acting this suburban mom kind of nobody. And it's revealed to be her, and she just goes crazy for that 10 minutes that she's on screen. Very, very disappointing. And throughout the movie, I also got a suspicion that maybe it would be the drama teacher or the art teacher that was there, Timothy Simon's character with the beard, and he kind of talks to Tatum about, he thought she would have a bit more of a fight like Sydney and her, and he shows up randomly in the street when Gale returns, and he's there. I guess he's a red herring. But he did give me possible Ghostface vibes throughout this, especially that conversation between him and Tatum, and then he kind of just disappears. Like,
I think they did.
He
they
was
always
there
do that
to
on
create
purpose.
suspicion, and then I believe I don't know. I read it somewhere as well. I don't know how much truth there is to it, but apparently he was going to play a sibling of Roman, and Anna Cam's character was supposed to play the younger sister of Cece Cooper from Scream 2.
Oh, Sarah Michelle
But
Gellar.
yeah, I don't know how
Yeah.
much truth to that there is. But
Okay.
yeah, yes. So apparently that was a possibility.
See, that could have
But yeah.
worked. Like, because again, it
Thought it
ties
was
back
interesting
and
that they
makes sense.
calls back. Yeah,
Hmm.
no,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure. And yeah, just to get back to Mark Evans, I know he probably shouldn't have survived this movie. I am kind of glad he did because of the way he stepped up in this role. I thought it was gonna be like this pathetic, normal, everyday love interest in the slasher movies that we do get. But yeah, it was actually kind of cool to see him protect Sydney and try to protect Tatum and actually putting up a fight with Ghostface. And
Yeah,
yeah, it was
absolutely. And
just
that's
a
one thing
breath of fresh air to me.
one thing I really enjoyed as well, apart like alongside the kills, was the intensity of the action. Like when someone's having a tussle with Ghostface, you can feel the hits, you can feel the thuds, and like, yeah, this is like a very brutal couple of Ghostfaces. Like, it didn't feel over choreographed. It felt like, bare knuckle brawling with Ghostface if, the knife is out of reach. And I also thought when Joel McHale was cast, I'm like,
Yes.
man, I see you as the funny guy. I can't see you as a serious cop. But I actually think he did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, no, I definitely did. Yeah, you can get the sense of his comedic timing and action when him and Sydney are having the conversation at the start, which I really enjoyed it. But when the light switched off and she tells him it wasn't her that did it, he pulls out his gun and he's just ready straight into action. He doesn't get knocked out too early. He does put up a bit of a fight, and seeing him and Sydney work together, I thought that was also a really good take, because I feel like Mark and Kate in Scream 3, it was just kind of taken care of way too quickly. Probably with somebody of his training, or I don't know, maybe Roman, he's doing some kickboxing lessons or jiu-jitsu lessons after his directing job. But yeah. It was cool to see Joel McHale and Mark Evans as the character just stepping up a bit and putting up a fight against Ghostface.
Yeah, exactly. And not just be there just for, a statistic.
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Yes. There we go. All right. Looks like we're back again.
Alrighty.
And then, yeah, just another quick little end of the scene. I thought like Sam Reckner's character Ben, he also did a very good job as the love interest. He was also kind of disposable. He didn't really protect anybody in that, and kind of a red herring as well.
Yeah.
And
and like you got to expect those of the writers to insert these characters for you to be like, oh, it's them 100%, and then we should know by now that it's never them.
Yes, yeah. But then you do get into that cool chase sequence throughout the town with Tatum and the ghost faces, and where she gets into the coffee shop. Again, she should have stayed in the like safe area. I don't know what you can call it, but until Sydney gets there at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, the way they use technology in that
was,
scene.
I think that was great bit of writing, honing in on, we have surveillance access on our phones now. If we have a small business or something, or we can, if there's activity, it prompts our phone to say like, someone's in your shop. And I think that was great, even though Sydney wasn't there physically, she's trying to guide Tatum through there. And it got pretty intense. Again, with the crawl space scene, the moments of tension were great.
Yes. And I feel like Marco Beltrami being back to do the score for this movie also just helps that a lot.
Yes.
I felt like I was watching the original at some stages throughout this movie.
Yeah, man. Like
you can say often about the seventh installment.
The score in the first film is so chaotic, and like there's like explosions going off and everything. And then Sydney's theme that plays at the beginning of this film when the Paramount logo starts, I was like, ooh, this feels familiar. I love it. And again, because it's the theme of nostalgia.
Yes. Yeah. No, it fit in perfectly, I feel like, to this movie. I don't want to put you on the spot, Chris, but do you have like a new ranking for your Scream franchise after watching this one? Or I know you
Ooh.
probably will do a video on it, maybe, but yeah,
No,
it'd be
no,
interesting
I
just
won't
to
do a
hear a
ranking
quick
video, man.
placement.
No,
No? Okay.
I leave that to Cody Leach, Sean Chandler, like
Oh, yeah.
those guys. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
those guys are the pros
All
for
right.
that. But my ranking,
No pressure at all. If it's a
I'm gonna go.
it's a
So
struggle.
starting from worst to best, I'm gonna go 7. Actually,
Yeah,
no,
yeah, it's a
no,
tough
no.
one.
Okay. I was gonna say in order, but no. So I'm gonna go
Yes.
7,
Okay.
5, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
I've
That does.
really come around on 3. I've really learned
Yes.
to embrace how different it is because
Take it for what it is.
yeah, and like obviously Kevin wasn't involved. And it's a bit far-fetched with the whole voice changer thing, but hey, it's the Scream franchise. Everything's very far-fetched, and it's such like you know, the first one is so pure, but then the second one we're in college, and the third one we're in Hollywood, and it's very, very meta in the third one.
Yeah, no, definitely is. Do you reckon Christina helped Roman throughout Scream 3, or was there ever a possibility of there being a second killer for that?
I don't know, man. I like to think Roman was the lone wolf, and that's why he kind of, as lame as it sounds, stands out from the pack. Yeah, I don't know. I've never actually.
Yeah.
I've
No,
always
that
just
makes
seen
sense.
Roman as the lone wolf. Yeah.
Yeah. And him kind of just being the mastermind behind like the events of Scream 1 and
Well, yeah, and he
yeah,
also
I
wants to
was
make
at
like
one
the
stage I
ultimate
really thought we
film.
might get a yes, yeah. That was his goal at the
Yeah.
end of the day. And
Yeah.
I also thought that maybe we would get a flashback scene in this movie, kind of similar to Halloween Kills, where they go back and they show a de-aged Stu Macher and Billy Loomis and Roman, and they go and take care of Maureen Prescott, and they just maybe add a little bit of more detail to that scene that we might have missed, or something that happened off screen. But yeah, we never get that, unfortunately.
No, and like it's a shame
But
as well
yeah, I
because
thought
they did it with Skeet Ulrich in 5. And
yes,
look, it was very existential the way they wrote that in. I'm like, well, it was cool to see Skeet back, and I thought that with the 3 of these guys coming back, David, Scott, and Matthew, that it possibly could be a flashback, throw some dots on their face and de-age them. And I was like, oh man, imagine like at one point, you know, they got Matthew back in the beige sweater covered in blood from the first one, and he's gone back to, you know, this one's a screamer, man. Like he's like going full batshit insane again, and like tapping back into Matthew Lillard, tapping back into his younger self in 95, 96 when they were making that film. And yeah, I don't know. And then I was like, well, then you've got to get Skeet Ulrich back if that's the case. Like you need the dynamic duo back. But as far as I knew, he wasn't back in it.
Yes. And I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't really enjoy Skeet Ulrich back in Scream 5. It was nice to see him back, but in the way they did it, I don't know. It feels kind of like Halloween Rob Zombie 2 dream sequence, white unicorn, white horse kind of stuff. I don't know, like it's just way too out there, like a Force Ghost kind of Billy Loomis walking around, and he knows
Billy
the dialogue.
Loomis riding in on a white unicorn.
I don't know. It took me a little bit out of the movie. What? Yeah, that would have saved it for me, honestly. Just get meta with it. If they're like parodying Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, then I would have been okay with it, but. I don't know. I watched it last night, like I said, and I do love his performance as Billy again, but it doesn't make total sense to me. But there's a couple of things in the Scream franchise that you can look at that way and kind of feel the same, especially with Maureen Is she a dream sequence? Is Sydney hallucinating her? What's going on with that? But yeah, they do have those scenes and stuff in the franchise. But yeah, I don't know. How did you feel about his return? Did you did you like it? Did it make sense to you?
Oh, look, when he showed up in the reflection of the mirror, with Sam, Sam or
Yes,
Sam.
Sam. Yeah.
Always get it mixed up.
Sam.
And I saw him. I was like, oh, there he is. And then when it goes into and I was like, oh man, this is a bit far fetched. But like you said, it was nice to see him again.
Yeah, they do know how to play with a nostalgia throughout the
100%.
franchise, which is yes. Yeah. I think we've kind of covered Scream 7, all of the things that I wanted to talk about. Going into Scream 8, obviously our expectations might be lowered, but is there anything specifically you would like to see in a Scream 8, or are you just going in no expectations, we'll just take what they give us this time around?
So my way of life with comparisons is I always compare everything to something from The Simpsons. Like I always have jokes that I reference with The Simpsons on my channel. Yes. I'm just that 90s kid. Like I had on my Tinder profile when I met my wife, I was like, I got most of my education from The Simpsons, which is true. There's a parody in one of the episodes where everyone's the Simpsons are watching a movie of Star Trek, and it's like Star Trek 19, so very, very tired. And it's it's like someone's like, Mr. Scott, the Klingons are back, and he's like, again with the Klingons. And it's like, I don't know, it could be like Scream 8, same old shit.
This time they got Joe Roberts back, and they'll
someone
just
left
go balls to the walls crazy with this one.
Yeah, someone left a comment on my review. They're like, it's going to be like Sydney's tax accountant's dog or something next time.
It's going to be completely wild. Yeah, the dog just pull off a mask and there we go.
Yeah, and we'll all be there sitting in the cinema being like,
I'll eat it up. Whatever they give us, I'll be there first day, obviously.
100%.
But it is. I feel like I was kind of let down by my own expectations for this one at the end of the day.
Yeah, and look, if I found enjoyment in it in certain pockets, and if people love it on a whole, that's awesome. That's amazing. And if people have this as their favorite Scream film, that's even more amazing. Like, good on you. There's no right or wrong with this stuff, let alone just films in general. Like, there's no right or wrong. There are some times where a film is so awful, case in point, Samurai Cop, that you lean into, it's so beautiful that it's so bad.
Yes, so bad it's good. Yeah, like
that's it.
I can understand. Even like something like Freddy's Dead. Some people, you can look at it as being one of the worst in the Elm Street franchise, but there's still some enjoyment people can get out of it.
100%, man. Yeah, you gotta have, you gotta find the funny in almost everything in life, even if it can be a bit grim.
Yes, no, for sure. Thank you for that take on that, Chris. I really appreciate it, and kind of made my eyes open to it as well. Like, not just going in there expecting a whole bunch of things, and just let the movie be and what it is. If you enjoy it, you do. If you don't, so be it.
Yeah, so be it.
But our next kind of topic I want to get into is like the 30th anniversary Gen 1 kind of Ghostface mask that they're bringing back. I've seen your video on that as well, but I thought we could talk about it a little bit. And the hood being detachable from the actual like shroud piece is awesome. And very bummed out that they didn't use Joe and Wade's mask.
Yeah, when Wade posted that article, I was like so impressed that those fellas are heavy hitters in the community, not just Ghostface stuff as well, but like Freddy stuff, Myers stuff. Like they know their stuff, and the fact that they went above and beyond, and
Yes.
That's what I love now. And I said that in the video, that we have fans that are working with these companies, because sometimes these companies, not necessarily Fun World, sometimes these companies just have no idea. Like, it's just a product to them. And with this mask in particular,
Yeah.
they have to cater to the consumer over us, because they know, like a Scream film,
Yes.
we're going to be there day one to either get a ticket or get the mask. Like, they know we're going to pre-order it. That's fine. But they obviously have to make their dollary dues with a wider consumer, like, who isn't necessarily a hardcore Scream fan, but maybe just a general Scream fan or horror fan, or they just like the look of the mask and they don't necessarily like Scream. But the fact that those boys got a Gen 1, took a mold of it, like, that's a big investment as well. Like, Gen 1s go for stupid amounts of money these days, which makes me kick myself. Alongside, I wish I still had my Charizard card, because I probably have a deposit for a house by now if I had kept all of those things.
Yes,
I remember, I'm pretty sure I had either a Gen 1 or a Gen 2 when I was a kid, and I cut the mouth opening bigger because I couldn't breathe properly. Like, the thing was, you know, dragged through the dirt. But yeah, look, I am happy that Fun World humored it with what the boys sent them. And, you know, they alluded to the fact that they were going to 3D scan a Gen 1, which, you know, is still great. But the fact that they took a mold, so everything is captured, all the nuances, all the folds, creases, warps, wobbles, everything of the Gen 1, which makes it so iconic. The boys captured it. And, like, Fun World just had it there all laid out. They just, like, they had the starter kit ready to go from the boys. So I don't know if there has to be a reason why they had to 3D scan. It could be a legal thing. I don't know, but yeah, I was very impressed with what those boys did, and they should be very proud, regardless of helping out the way they did. So yeah, I'm really psyched to see it. I know some new photos got posted several days ago, new photos of the mask as well. And yeah, the fact that they're catering to us fans with having the detachable hood, which is great. It'll make for a great, I'm keen to make a bust with the hood as well. But then for people that want to wear a full robe,
they can if they want to. And yeah, it's looking good. I got the Gen 1 here next to me. I was gonna show it, but I thought, if there's an opportunity, I'll show it off. But yeah, it looks good on the pictures, but I'm really excited and very, I would say, cautiously optimistic about what the final product is gonna look like. Because
100%, because like
the
this
pictures, promotional stuff can look like one thing.
Yeah,
look at the Halloween mask.
It's happened a lot where we pre-order something and the final product isn't exactly like the catalog photos. It happens a lot, man.
No. Yes. Yeah. No, I can definitely agree with that. And yeah, just the availability as well. Like, I don't know where you got your pre-order from, but I had to go through like Mad About Horror, which is all the way in the UK, and shipping was more than what the mask cost me. So
yeah, I was the same. I went through, I think, horror. I think I went through Horror Asylum. I think it was Horror Asylum, and I put the link in the video, and they sold out quick. But yeah, shipping was more expensive than the mask. I'm like, this is the only way I'm gonna get it.
In the mask. Yeah, there's no other way. I believe once the mask releases, and it's been a few months, I believe somebody like Aussie Collectibles might have it out, or some retailers over there, maybe Pop Stop over where I'm at. But yeah, it's very, very rare to see any like merchandise for the Trick or Treat Studio stuff. I don't know if shipping costs too much to get it over here, or what's the deal with that. But yeah, it's making it a lot harder for us fans as well, like outside of the US, which is it's kind of disappointing.
It is, and like, I'm feeling it as well, like with my Etsy store and shipping to the States with tariffs, and I've got to pay a bit extra, which means I've got to up my prices. Then people are like, why'd you up your prices? I'm like, well, this is happening, and it's hard, man. Like, people are a bit scared to buy stuff, which I don't blame them. It's getting a lot better now, but yeah, the first knee-jerk reaction when the whole tariff thing came in, that was a pain in the ass. And it just seems like as well, man, shipping prices have just gotten more expensive. Like, no, regardless of if you're in the United States or like shipping to the UK, that is very expensive as well.
That's expensive, yeah. No, it definitely is. And one of your videos, I believe it's a more recent like unboxing you did, but you got a silicone Part 2 Freddy mask from Moonstruck Studios, if I'm not incorrect.
Yep,
and yeah, that kind of turned me on to the idea. I maybe should just invest in that as well. We do have Robert England coming to New Zealand in April, so yeah, I thought let's get it out. And yeah, the mask looks pretty good. It's as shipped, it says, and I'm very excited to finally have it in hand. And
dude, yeah,
check it out.
Tom at Moonstruck does incredible work. His Part 2 is great, and don't get me wrong, I love James Updegraff's masks, Darkrai. He does incredible stuff. Like he's a pioneer with those masks.
Yes.
And yeah, Tom just really nailed the Part 2 look. And obviously it depends on your head shape as well. Like I'm not going to say it can make or break, but it can drastically change how the mask sits. And we're all different,
different
head shapes and stuff like that. Like if you have a much more narrow face, that's ideal for the Part 2 look. But then like you look at the Part 1 makeup, it was a very thick makeup. And then when Part 2 rolled around and Kevin Yeager replaced David Miller, Kevin made the makeup very, very, very thin. But yeah, and like this is like they didn't have anything to go off. This is the starting point. So the makeup for those prosthetics was very thick. Oh, you're frozen again.
Yeah, no, that's completely true.
Oh, there you go.
It's just taking a shit on us. This is
it's so comical.
Always
because
happens.
Of the mask
Always
you're
happens
wearing.
for the
It looks like
ones.
you're so invested, and you're like,
yes, yeah, like, yeah. It's such a stupid reason why I wear this, but I feel like it's part of the identity now, just to change it. Yeah, let's
I
just
do
keep
have
it on.
something to
Let's
show
change it
you
up a bit.
as well.
Like, yeah.
I'm going to finish editing the video and probably put it up today. It's just outside on my dining room table. I'll just quickly grab it. I'll be right back.
No worries. Awesome. We'll take a break.
All right, I'm coming back.
All right. I see there's a lot of chat going on, but
yeah.
Whoa,
damn.
yeah.
That looks nice.
That is the money shot right there.
Yeah. So this is have you guys heard of Nag, who makes Myers masks?
I have, I think.
Yes, yeah. I got one of their Corys, but yeah, this is obviously the TOTS one.
Yeah. So this is the PS78 sculpt by Nag, but finishing work by Freddie Looper. So it's a really obviously it's not highlighting the proper details now just because of the lighting. This sculpt is ideal with down lighting just to highlight everything. But yeah, it's a beautiful castle stretch mask. So I just did an unboxing video and just showing it under different lighting conditions. So yeah, that video probably be up later today. I've just got to finish editing it. I did a fun little skit at the beginning too, wearing it. So yeah, it was a bit of fun.
Yeah, awesome stuff. And thanks for sharing it here. I guess this is kind of like an exclusive for us. And I'm literally smiling like this. Yeah, just in. We got some Cosplay Chris breaking news. Get on the tweets, the Twitters, and all of that. And yeah, just take it away from there. But yeah, it is so cool because I watched your channel as the kind of guideline for the Halloween costumes, like the boots, the coveralls, Corey's undershirt, the coveralls Corey wore, and the knives that was used. And yeah, that was so cool to watch. And yeah, just wanted to say thank you a lot for doing those things. Otherwise, I don't think it would have been possible. I think a lot of people also just got inspiration from your video.
I appreciate the kind words. I love doing all that stuff. I love sourcing same make and model stuff and putting that info out there for people who are wanting to cosplay or just do a display. Like Corey's coveralls, man, the amount of work that they put into those things is ridiculous for the film, more so than Michael's coveralls.
It is ridiculous. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, they spend a lot of time with the details on that and just customizing everything basically on it. And altering it so much that you would never be able to tell it was that in the first place. Especially the original is like that baby blue color, and then they kind of just weather the shit out of that thing, and it looks completely different. And even your Scream 7 one, so I watched it as well, and then obviously on the Scream communities and stuff. Hopefully I won't show my address here, but I picked up the Big Stamp April-June 2024 Ghostface mask.
Beautiful.
As it's a possibility of being one of the masks used for that movie. So I'm just waiting for the normal EU to come in as well, and I'll do an unboxing for that. But yeah, man. Just thanks so much. And even the Batman stuff. So Ben Affleck's my favorite Batman as well, and it was so cool to see you do like the Nightmare Batman cosplay. That was just epic as well. And,
thanks, man. It's a shame we never got to see that solo film with Ben as Batman and Joe Manganiello as Deathstroke. It could have been so good, and that's why I got him tattooed on me, because it's like that. It's more or less it represents my love for him as Batman, the suit, but also what could have been, and it's always fun to just imagine what could have been.
Yeah, no, for sure. And not to sound creepy, but as I was going through your social media to find like a decent picture for the thumbnail, I saw that you showed off that tattoo to what is the director's name?
Oh, Andy
Muschietti.
Yeah,
who did the Flash movie? Yes. No, that was also pretty cool to see.
He was lovely. I was shitting myself to approach him, but the people I were with, they're like, go say hi and show him the tattoo. I'm sure he'll love it. I'm like, okay. Yeah, he was lovely. Very lovely bloke. And he said Ben was a great Batman to direct, obviously along with Keaton. And it was kind of like, it was really important to me, because I'm like, this is the last guy to direct Ben as Batman. Like, that's a big deal, even though the film didn't turn out so great.
Batman,
he still was. It was the last time he directed Batman and Keaton as Batman. Like, those are two heavy hitters, even though I say heavy hitter for Ben because he's a big Batman. Like, he to me, he is like Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns Batman. The dude's like a tank compared to everyone else.
Straight out of the comic. Yeah. No, for sure. I felt the same way, and very excited to see what they do with the Batman 2 when that finally releases in the next, hopefully, year or two. Because that wait was long as well.
Yeah.
But
are we going to get GTA 6 or the Batman 2 first? That's the age-old question.
Yeah, which one? We're gonna go have to do a betting on it. Now it's crazy stuff. We might get Scream 8 before we get GTA 6 or the Batman 2, which is wild. Another thing, I'm kind of circling back to Scream 7 again, but merchandise for the movie. Did you guys get any over there? I know Jai mentioned at his theater there wasn't any merchandise. Were you able to find something? Were you lucky enough, like a popcorn bucket? Nothing.
Dude,
at all.
We don't have anything here. Like I feel like if we could import the AMC popcorn buckets, they'd be huge here. Like, absolutely huge.
They killed stuff.
But like when the Galactus popcorn bucket came out for Fantastic Four, oh god, I think there was a Jaws one recently. They'd be huge, but we get nothing, man. And in terms of Screen 7 merchandise, I've seen bugger all. Like, nothing.
No.
Which is a shame. Like, I don't know. I feel like the popcorn buckets could be a huge commodity here in Australia. Not just horror. I just think I think they do very, very well. We do have popcorn buckets, and this is kind of sad. My local cinema, which is like 5 minutes down the road from where I live, I went there Valentine's Day with my wife to watch Wuthering Heights, and in the candy bar they still had leftover popcorn buckets from Superman. Like, we have our own version of popcorn buckets. We have like tins, like you get the popcorn tins, and like
the tins with the like
and they had leftover ones from Superman. I was like, ooh, that's rough.
That's not good. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. I know South Africa did a lot more merchandise wise than we do over here in New Zealand, unfortunately. But yes, it wasn't also a lot. It was just like your tin cans and maybe like the cups with the toppers. We did
Mm,
have those for some of the bigger releases, especially like your Star Wars and Marvel movies and stuff
mm,
like that. But
yeah.
yeah, not like horror orientated things and stuff like that, unfortunately.
No, which is sad.
Yeah, no, definitely. Um, Also, one thing that I wanted to ask you about is what is your kind of thoughts on, like, I did not watch the video yet, which I will go and do after this, but like the new Lantern show and the Supergirl stuff that's coming out, and do you have high hopes for that, or are you kind of like after the trailers and stuff? How do you feel about that, Chris?
I mean, like they didn't exactly wow me. Like Supergirl just looks like pretty by the numbers. You know, it looks like Superman, same aesthetic.
Yeah, very
Lanterns
Guardians
looks,
of the Galaxy.
yeah. Lanterns looks intriguing because it looks so gritty and sort of dark.
Yes.
But also, I have a lot of questions, and I'm like, what? Why is there a practical suit, a physical suit? But apparently, it's for a reason. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said in my video, it looks like No Country for Old Men.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's looking good with the more grounded approach, kind of like the
Mm,
Batman in a sense, and even the
yeah.
Dark Knight and stuff like that. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see what they do with it and where they go from here. And yeah, a little bit nervous for Batman for the DCU, but
Mm.
hopefully James Gunn can sort it out and get your most popular character out there and
Yes.
being
Yeah,
seen and
exactly.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Have you ever met Robert England before or
I've
not
met
yet?
him 3 times. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Then my next point is kind of pointless, but that's okay. Very excited to meet him myself. So
No, he's
yeah.
great, man. Yeah, he
No,
you
I
you
can
you
imagine.
he's a hoot.
Oh, that's good stuff. Also, just one last thing before you head off. The South African in me have to ask you: have you tried like the Bovril yet, Jai?
No.
I know Chris has from you guys'
Yeah, man. So
interview.
yeah, my wife's from Durban.
Oh
So
yeah,
it was her birthday this week, and her parents, who live in Mauritius, they're sending over a big care package of Bovril, which I'm stoked about. So my uh
oh,
my ADHD obsession at the moment is sourdough bread with Bovril, avocado, and egg.
oh yeah. That nothing beats that kind of snack.
But
That's
yeah,
like
man,
the ultimate.
we cook with it a lot as like a stock.
Yes, as a stock. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like we've got a there over the Harbour Bridge. There's a South African shop, and my wife has to
Yes.
travel because my wife works at different parts all over Sydney. But she has a main office, but she has to go to other parts of Sydney, and one of the places is near this South African shop. So she'll load up on biltong, rusks, bring them all
Yes.
home.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, but
That's those
no,
are
no,
essentials. Yeah.
yeah, nothing beats homemade rusks though, man. Her mum,
Yes.
Chloe's mum, makes the best rusks.
The best rusks. No, that's good. And do you have your coffee with it, or do you just
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
yeah?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Dip it in.
Yeah.
Don't dip it in
Dip
too
it
long,
in.
otherwise it's gonna break off and go down
Break
to the
off.
bottom. And I'll
Yeah.
be very, very sad.
Yeah. Yes. No, that
You'll just
is
be like, ah,
definitely
man,
good.
shame.
Oh, shame. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. Chris, thank you so much for coming on today. Really appreciate it. I know it was kind of all over the place, and yeah, thank you so much for sticking with us. And the
No,
internet,
fine, fellas. No,
thankfully,
mate, no, mate. Look, if
kept around.
I've had a lot worse with technical difficulties. You froze for
Oh
like
yeah.
5 seconds twice, so
Okay.
you're doing good.
Yeah, just leave you with the thought that the smile underneath the mask smile is genuinely still there. So, no, it has been really awesome to have you on. And yeah, is there anything you would like to leave us with before we kind of head off? Do you have, obviously you've got the Michael mask coming up and the unboxing for that. Is there anything else you kind of want to talk about or promote or excited
Yeah.
for?
Yeah, this coming week, I'm actually doing a filming locations video for the Wolverine, which will be pretty fun. So it'll be an easy one, man. I literally have to jump in my car and go 6 kilometers down the road to where they filmed the POW camp scene from in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just at a beach just down the road. But yeah, they had it all, the whole POW camp there by the water, and now it's just a nature reserve. But I figured just be a fun video. I love doing the filming location videos, and if it's in my backyard, like 6Ks down the road, then yeah, easy.
Why not? Yeah, and I'm so envious and kind of jealous of you being able to. I believe it's called the Sugarmint Museum, and getting a look at the Halloween ends and Halloween kills, coveralls, and masks. Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh
But yeah,
man,
very
yeah,
excited to see it.
that was so good. My wife had to drag me out of there. God love her. She helped film everything. I didn't want to leave. Like seeing Chris Nelson's work up close, I was just like, oh. And she's like, we got to get an Uber back to our hotel so we didn't hit peak hour. And I was like, I don't want to go. I want to stay with the masks.
Yes, yeah. No, that is so true. Recently visited Japan, and we went to the like Harry Potter exhibition over there with all like the movie props and stuff like that. And I was taking individual pictures of all the different types of books, and she's like, "What are you doing? Just take like a big whole picture." And I'm just gonna take individual pictures of each thing. And no, it's so funny. Like, yeah, you wouldn't be able to drag me away from the Halloween stuff.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
But yeah, thank you so much, Chris.
Of course, guys.
We really
Thanks for having
appreciate
me.
it, and we hope you have a good rest of your day. And super excited to see that Halloween video come out. And yeah,
That's gonna be epic.
that is
thanks, guys.
awesome.
No,
If you would like to give us like your outro, that would also be awesome. Oh, thanks, man.
Hang on, let me just get into character.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I put you on the spot. My bad.
Yeah.
You were going full method for this one.
Yeah. I have to believe I am Chris Stanley.
Yeah. You gotta get into it.
Yeah. Love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.
I'll be right back.